Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Welcome back to Nerding Out. I'm Evan.
Are you sure about that? You don't seem very confident about being Evan.
The thing is, though, it's like, I don't know, I've said that a bunch, but I still don't know what to say after that. I always feel so uncomfortable.
Excelsior, I don't know.
Excelsior. Yeah.
Excalibur. Extremely agitated words.
Extremely agitated rug burn. Yes. Oh, I know.
I'm Nathanael. So this week we're going to be talking about just a little tiny, minuscule, unimportant event called E3.
Yeah.
Electronic Entertainment Expo. You know, video games, gadgets, that sort of thing.
It's kind of, it's a very, like, niche audience that it targets.
Yeah, it's not like it's a $1 billion industry or anything, but... That's coming up soon.
We should just do this whole podcast with that energy.
The whole podcast was just that.
With that, it's like, it's not a big deal. It's just, whatever.
And well, we're out of time, so.
Speaking of, like, not big things, Godzilla came out on Friday.
That is a very
King of Monsters.
Sizable thing.
Oh my gosh, he's massive. I'm very excited and I want to see it. I haven't seen it yet and I really want to see it. I'm not worried about spoilers because it's like it's a Godzilla movie.
My roommate is trying to take me, and I'm like not super stoked on seeing it because I didn't see the first one.
Oh, you don't have to see the first one.
I know, but I'm like, I don't know, but he's super excited. He's so excited.
Which one?
He wants to Homer. He wants to see Godzilla, and he's.
You live with multiple people, so I was just making sure.
So it's Homer.
He's like, so good.
We were watching Godzilla, and I'm like, okay, I guess.
Have you seen it?
No,
you haven't.
We're gonna see it
yet.
Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Actually, yesterday we saw Detective Pikachu. Finally,
how's that?
It was fun. It was surprisingly good. It was made for Pokemon fans, basically.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good. I really want to see that too.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds Pikachu was. I didn't know I needed that.
I'm broke right now, so I can't really go and see movies right now. I have to wait until I get gift cards for movie theaters.
I'm kind of in the same boat until I start getting up and running. But
yeah,
he took me to see it, so that was fun.
That's nice.
But video games. Pikachu video games.
Pikachu video games.
But was there something else?
Well, yeah. Well, I just wanted to say I read something about the Godzilla movie that came out. Yeah. Right now on Rotten Tomatoes it has a 47%.
Ouch.
Yeah, and people are like, "Oh, it lacks in storytelling for the human characters." I'm like,
wait,
it's a Godzilla movie. Literally, yeah. People are complaining that there's no like story, and I'm like, bruh, it's Godzilla. There isn't. That's the story.
It's like
giant monsters fight.
Who cares about the people?
Well, that was the problem with the one that came out in 2014. That was the problem with that one. Yeah, they focused on the people way too much. You didn't like every time they would like fondle the balls of the viewer. Every time it's like Godzilla would be like, "Oh, here's more Godzilla," cut away. And
that's the problem for me with the Transformers series was too much people. It's like I want to know about the Transformers. I don't care about the people.
And then, but by the time we got to like the later movies, they give you almost too much Transformers, and it was like, okay, this is a little much.
Yeah, but Godzilla is like it's about Godzilla. Oh, come on.
Yeah. So it's like the poster character in the first movie was in maybe like a third of the movie.
Yeah,
it was all together. He was like screen time anyway. He was in the movie completely all the time, but like the time you got to see him completely, it was probably like a third of the movie.
So
time.
You're thinking in this movie he's like a bigger emphasis.
Which is why has to be.
Some people didn't like it as much.
Yeah, stupid people who go to movies thinking kind of like what you were saying, like every movie doesn't have to be like a written masterpiece. It's like no, it's like sometimes you just want to go to a movie for fun, and that's kind of like what Detective Pikachu is.
Yeah,
I mean I haven't seen it yet, but from what I've heard, it's just like it's a very fun movie.
It's a very fun It's actually darker than I would have.
Oh, really?
There's some dark moments.
I think Ryan Reynolds has something to do with that.
Yeah, he got away with a lot, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm really curious. I want to see it now.
Yeah. So cool. Those are a couple movies that come out recently.
Yeah, and then there's more hype. There's been more hype lately for the Spider-Man Far From Home movie.
Yes.
Just because of the ending of Endgame and kind of where we're gonna go from there. There's this cool little comic that came out. It's a short little like was a short little thing that came out, and it was Peter coming home from the Far From Home like Europe trip that he was on, and he has like the new suit, like the red and black one that you see him wearing in the trailers, and then there's like a little gift on his bed, and it's Tony Stark's sunglasses, and it's like one of his last gifts that he like left for Peter. It was like in his will or something. He puts on the sunglasses, and then like a protocol activates, and then a new like Spider-Man mask comes over, and it has like Tony Stark's thing as like his consciousness almost, but it's like in his
like it talks to him.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Wait, is that just a comic or is that?
It's a comic that I think someone made, but I'm kind of hoping, because in the trailer you see Peter wearing like Tony's sunglasses, so I'm kind of hoping that that's the thing.
This is interesting because this is gonna definitely be a Spider movie, but it's also gonna be like a next step, like Fallout after Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, a lot of stuff's
dealing with a lot of that stuff.
Yeah. I'm really curious to see how they develop his character from there. But anyway, now
main topic.
Main topic.
So that little event we were talking about, Electronic Entertainment
Expo. Yeah, it's really not that big a deal. It's like,
I don't know what year this one is, but
I think it's year like 10 or 11 or something
like that. I had some higher than 10 number.
Yeah.
So
double digits, I think. Yeah.
Usually, each of the big companies has their own press conference, like an hour, 2 hours, showing off the latest games. Some stuff is leaked. There's some surprises. The biggest thing this year is Sony/PlayStation is not holding a press conference. They are a no show. So I don't know if that means.
Was ist das?
Exactly. I don't know if it means like if they're just not going to show any games, or if they're just not going to show them at their conference, because they have three big games that they're ending the PlayStation on. Like their core, we're going to go out with a bang, which is Death Stranding, The Last of Us Part 2, and Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah. Which I kind of maybe understand why they might not want to be in E3 this year, just because maybe they want to polish off the PS5 before they release it, or before they release any gameplay footage.
One big thing they're talking about is backwards compatibility for the PlayStation 5. Like it's going to support PS4 games. And it's gonna like upscale the PS4 games to look really good on the PS5. So it's the last few PS4 games are gonna be on the PS5, and I think you could just like transfer it over. That's what it seems like they're hyping up. So they're in a very much transitional phase, and I think at the beginning of next year is maybe when they're gonna reveal like their new console.
Yeah, I also heard that there's gonna be. I don't remember who announced that they were gonna do that. I think it was a game. I think it was like Modern Warfare, like the one that just got announced. But that one's gonna be playable across all platforms. So not just it's like you can play online, but like if you have a PS4 or a PS5, you can play online with your friend even though he is on an Xbox.
Oh, I think Sony is kind of resisting that. Xbox wants to do it.
Well, yeah, because they're the weaker brand.
Nintendo and Microsoft have a weird friendship right now.
They're trying to piggyback off of. They're trying to go like, no, let us join you. And
Sony's like, no, we rule.
Sony, yes, Sony's it's like a Japanese sense of no.
Do not play with me. I play with my little toys. You go over there and play with your crap.
Yep, exactly. David is rolling in his seat. Bed wherever he is now,
sitting up in a tree. But Microsoft
under a bridge somewhere
is having a press conference, and they're hyping it up to be big. Some people are thinking it's going to be like Sony big, like a few years ago. I'm not so sure about that. But what is surprising is that they have 14 Microsoft Studios games being announced. 14. So I mean, even if 30% of them are really good, that's a lot.
I mean, I think it just looks really desperate on their part. They're like, we have to put out as many games as possible. Hopefully one of these will stick.
They're like, the interesting thing though is that the last conference they really haven't had anything. So it's almost like they've been developing a lot of these for a while, and they finally have time to show them. I don't know.
We'll see. I mean, I think what happened is the last E3, Sony, Nintendo, a lot of these other platforms kind of blew it out of the water, and they're like, oh crap, they have to catch up.
Yeah, like a few years too late. But Microsoft is going to probably have a pretty big conference. There's going to be a lot of stuff shown there that's going to be on PlayStation.
Yeah.
So
there was a Halo announcement, right?
There should be one coming at this one.
Is it going to be like a Halo Reach game, or do we not know?
So the game that they announced, I think it was last year, was Halo Infinite or something. It's basically Halo 5, from what I know.
Oh.
But it's been like a long time. No, wait, Halo 6. It's been a long... I have no idea when that's coming, because I don't know why it's taking so long. But it is. We'll see. Anyway, that's Xbox.
No one cares about Xbox.
It's doing like okay sales wise, but it's no PlayStation or Nintendo. So
it's not the master race.
I think this is the third year Nintendo's not had a conference, but they have a Nintendo Direct. So they have like a pre-recorded show where they announce new stuff. What I'm guessing they
can't be bothered to show up.
No, I mean they have to go all the way from Japan. It's not. Yeah, I mean I'm surprised.
I mean, so does Sony. But
I know. It's like I don't know. Nintendo's just like, oh, we're just gonna do something different because we're Nintendo and we're out of touch / quirky.
It was like, oh my gosh, we're hashtag so random.
Exactly. I'm just picturing Nathanael with this little anime girl. We're so random. So they're gonna have their
is Nintendo, is that little girl Nintendo OC, is she a lolly, or is that just like
she's probably, I would rather not think about it. It's too Japanese. Well, if it's Nintendo's, it'll be a little tamer.
Is she wearing Pikachu ears?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably hired some cosplayer to. No, that sounds like a very Microsoft thing to do. Some like bad cosplayer they hire to just show their brand, and then they just fail at doing it and
that does push sound like a Microsoft thing.
No, so Nintendo's having their Nintendo Direct. That'll probably be about less than an hour, I'm assuming. Mm-hmm. But I know
they're very snappy and get to the point. They don't really mess around.
What I really want to see is some more third-party stuff, which Nintendo's been doing more of. They put stuff like Dragon Ball Fighters and stuff on the Switch, which normally wouldn't. Like with Wii U and Wii, they didn't really have much of stuff like that. They're having a lot of.
No one wanted to play on the Wii U.
No, no one even knew what the Wii U was. But
it's like PU? No, Wii U. PU?
Wii U? What are you saying? Are you making a sound?
Yeah.
But I think. Okay, so I think it's like Zelda Link's Awakening.
It's like Wii U? You, me? No.
No, us four. I don't even know what it's called, and I made it.
Us four. Okay.
So Zelda Link's Awakening was...
Is that a new game?
It's basically a remake of the original Game Boy game.
Oh.
Yeah, so they're making it like a cutesy, like Play-Doh style looking thing. I don't know if Play-Doh is the right description. It's like a top-down Zelda. It's not like Zelda.
Okay.
It's like older Zelda.
Okay.
It's a Nintendo Switch game.
It's a weird like remastered version of it. Is that?
It's very it's like very artsy, but it's basically the same game remade and added stuff.
Is the art style similar to
similar
Wind
to
Waker?
Link Between Worlds.
Oh, it's similar to Link Between Worlds. Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's more like that.
Oh, okay.
So some people are really excited about that.
A 3D Play-Doh style kind of.
It's more like shiny. I haven't seen it for a while actually. They have a trailer.
Okay.
But it looks
I'm not gonna play it. So
yeah, it looks pretty quirky and interesting. That's probably going to be one of their big titles. I'm assuming they're going to show another Smash character because it's been a little while since they released their last one.
And they have to,
they have to show Animal Crossing.
They do.
They do because nerds. There's so many people that were expecting it like 2 Nintendo Directs ago because they have several Nintendo Directs a year, and Animal Crossing has been no show. I don't know what's so great about Animal Crossing personally. I haven't played it. All I know is people say it's very addictive, and I'd rather stay away from that.
I don't want to.
I also don't want to be addicted to little cartoon animals like. I don't want to play that and be addicted to that for 200 hours.
Is that what they sound like?
Yeah.
No thanks.
I think David said he was really into Animal Crossing.
Oh no, David!
I think, but I'm not 100% sure.
First it's RuneScape. Now
I know one of my brothers is obsessed, and he's like excited. And I'm like, okay.
What's third party?
So third party is just more like Dragon Ball Fighters and Mortal Kombat. Which
by the way, I'm looking at notes that we made. Yeah, we have notes.
Yes.
Because
now they know our secrets.
We don't just come up with this on the spot. We're not that smart.
No. And now you know, but you already knew that since the first episode.
That's true.
You've been here that long, but
that's true.
So and then
3 question mark the game.
3 question mark the game. So that is a very interesting game because
no one knows what it is.
No one knows what it is. So I think Nintendo will have 1 or 2 surprises for us. They haven't talked about Bayonetta 3 for a while. And they were going to do Metro Prime 4, but they scrapped development entirely and rebooted it like I think it was late last year.
Wow.
They had spent like 2 years on it, and they were like, this is not up to the quality of Nintendo. We're canceling it and restarting it again, restarting development completely.
Sheesh.
Yeah, that's commitment. But also really disappointing for people who've been waiting for that.
Speaking of commitment, I think my theory about the Sonic movie, that might be wrong. The thing that I said a couple episodes ago. Because they pushed back the release.
Yeah.
Like to like next year. So I'm like, maybe they are remaking it completely.
I don't know.
Unless they never plan to release it this year. But I think
I feel like they did plan,
because that's going way deeper.
Because when I saw Pikachu in theaters, they had a Sonic trailer.
Oh
yeah, I think they just screwed up really bad.
Ooh.
Unless it's like some, I don't know.
Actually,
I was like,
have you heard of Game Theorist, right?
Yes.
Well, they have the second show called Film Theory. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he explains, like, through science, why this Sonic is the most, like, scientifically accurate Sonic.
Like hedgehog wise?
No, just Sonic. No, Sonic. Like Sonic. This is that, like, the Sonic in that movie is the most, like correct portrayal of Sonic scientifically.
Funny. Interesting.
And I'm like, huh.
I mean, I don't really want that.
He goes on record saying, like, it looks stupid. It looks stupid. But they did get this right. And I'm like, okay.
Sure.
Yeah. He was going like, I don't know where his, like, electricity came from, but apparently he has that power, I guess. So.
Yeah. And he's being voiced by Ben Schwartz, who's, like, one of my favorite actors. So I'm like, he like has to promote the movie and everything. I'm like, you're better than this. But
you're better than
apparently
this.
not. No. So
yeah.
So that's that. We talked about Spider-Man a little bit earlier. Square Enix has been working on an Avengers game. That was Evan. That was also me, but not verbally. We're excited.
You know what that line looks like? That looks like one of those oh gosh, jousting
like,
poles.
Yeah, like a rapier.
We're talking about the waveform.
Yeah, the waveform.
Anyway, yes. So Square Enix announced a couple years ago that they were working on an Avengers game, and they came out with a teaser trailer for it last year, I think.
Very teasy.
Yeah, very teasy, showing like a Captain America shield, showing Iron Man repulsor, showing Thor's hammer, hearing Hulk raging in the background. Very kind of like, but we got more details about it and kind of what it's going to be.
One of the things I mentioned was continuous single player experience. I don't know what that means.
I'm thinking I have a theory that it's going to be an open world, I think, but taking place in New York, which I think it's going to be hard to do with
Spider-Man already. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that'll be fun. There might be a Spider-Man cameo in it, and I'd be kind of down for that.
If they connected them.
If they connected. Well, no, they said that the Spider-Man game was going to be what Iron Man was for the MCU. So I'm thinking this might be like a connected video game universe, which I'd be totally down for. But what we know about it right now is that you can play. There's 6 playable characters that we know of, and it's the original core Avengers. It's Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, Black Widow, and Hawkeye. All 6 of them are going to be playable in this game, and it's an open world in New York. That's what we know. And when it comes to the continuous playing thing, I think don't take what I'm saying now as
right, because you don't know.
Don't jump on the hype train just because I'm saying this. I think maybe they're hinting at a make your own Marvel OC.
Okay.
And you can because I read something about creating your own hero, and I don't know if that means like creating your own hero with the set of heroes that we have, and then there's like an XP tree, and you can make them however you want and fight however you want.
Or if it's like you build your own hero.
Yeah, or if you literally like build your own hero, customize it, and then there's powers that you like pick, and like you can he has super strength, or he can fly, or all that stuff, or there's like a core of powers that you pick from and all that stuff. I don't know what it's gonna be. Either way, I think playing as Captain America or playing as Hulk or Thor, I think will be a fun game to play,
especially if it's not like Marvel Ultimate Alliance style, where that was fun, but it's not like Spider-Man.
It's not cartoon. I don't think they're gonna go for like the cartoony.
I don't think so either, because they already are having an Ultimate Alliance for Switch.
And Ultimate Alliance 3 is already
right, so they're not going to do the same thing.
No,
this is definitely going to be something. I feel like it's going to be not mature. It's just going to be like more realistic, maybe
more mature than Ultimate Alliance.
Definitely.
I mean, the teaser hinted at kind of like a darker tone. I think. So.
And then Square Enix and Marvel recently tweeted that they're going to do a full reveal at the E3, so we're going to finally see the game like in all its glory.
And I'm so pumped for this.
Yeah. I mean, Marvel's huge right now. They're putting a lot of high quality products out, including the movies, and it's just
E3 is on June 10th, right?
I think it's like 10 through 13 or 11 through 13.
Yeah,
something like that.
So it starts next Monday.
Yeah.
What?
Not like, but
yeah, not this Monday, but the following Monday. I want it to be June 10th already.
But we're gonna see that, and that's Square Enix who's handling it, so that's interesting that they had them do it. That's probably one of their like European or American studios that's doing it.
Yeah.
But that's exciting. Then, Final Fantasy VII Remake. I forgot about that. That has been coming for like 4 years now.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
I don't care about it, but
I've only played half of the original, and it was good. Like, I see why people like it a lot.
Yeah.
This one is just like a really high budget, like nice looking reimagining of the same thing.
Oh, it looks so good.
It does look very good.
I love the idea of now, it's not even just Hollywood, just like media in general. It's just like, can't think of an original idea. Let's remake something.
You seen that thing?
Because you heard about Shrek, right?
I'm actually kind of angry about that.
It's getting rebooted.
It doesn't
with the original cast.
Yeah, I don't understand.
It's like why? What is the point of it? I don't understand. Like,
because money.
I guess, but it's just like, we can't do Shrek 5 because that's just boring and repetitive. So let's just reboot it and
it's easier.
Let's just start it over. It's like, are you gonna get a new cast? No,
we'll tell the same story and barely change any. Oh wait, Disney with every single live action remake that they're doing. But it's like everyone's getting on board this whole like remake things. Which I'd personally like to see new things instead.
There's the difference the difference between remakes and adaptations, because the thing is, people can make that argument. It's like, oh, well, there's been a bunch of Spider-Man games. It's like, okay, hold on. Those are adaptations. Those are different.
Right.
You're not like rebooting the character. And with this Avenger,
it's like a reimagining.
And with this Avenger game coming out, there's been Ultimate Alliance, which is, there's the 1, 2, 3. But the thing is, it's a reimagination of like the team, the characters of it individually, all that stuff. So I don't think that. I think the video games get a pass for some of these. Well, the ones that are just straight up, no, we're remaking it, but just making it look nicer. Okay, that's unoriginal.
Yeah.
But you see reboots a lot in movies, in the movie industry. You got Spider-Man rebooted 3 times.
Yeah.
So I mean, they finally got the right one, but it's just and then Hulk didn't get rebooted, but he got recasted. So that's a little like. That's kind of on the fence. It's on the fence with, he did, huh? Yeah, it was the original. It was Edward Bana. Then it was, Edward Norton, and now it's Mark Ruffalo.
So twice. He got rebooted twice.
Yeah.
Recast.
Recast. Yeah. Thor actually, Chris Hemsworth. He's actually going to be in the Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Oh.
And then he's going to be in another Thor movie.
Thor. Oh wait, Ragnarok was fantastic. Yeah, I was just flashing back to Dark World, and I was like,
but it's gonna be Thor. It's gonna be called like Thor the Mighty or something, or the Mighty Thor or something.
That's like his original name, like his original like every superhero in Marvel has an adjective before it. Amazing Spider-Man, Mighty Thor, Fantastic Four.
The Mighty Thor. Yeah, exactly. So he's going to be in 2 more movies. He's not going to be in another Avengers movie, but he's going to be in those 2. I think he confirmed.
Yeah, because I was curious about him like still being in Marvel.
Yeah, he's still going to be. And then Mark Ruffalo, I think he has like 2 more movies. I think
I love Mark Ruffalo. He's great.
Yeah, he's awesome. But we're not
talking about Avengers, but we are. No, Avengers game.
Is there anything that maybe we didn't talk about or we didn't mention, or anything that you specifically are looking forward to?
Yeah, so I want to talk a little bit about the Sony games. Okay. So we recently had a reveal for Death Stranding for November 8th. I don't know if you saw that trailer. It was 9 minutes.
I have seen the trailer. It was a lot.
It's a lot to take in.
I don't know if I'm as hyped for it.
So the last few trailers that they had before this one were like almost utterly nonsense because they don't have any context.
No.
This one has a little bit more explanation, and it has like some
it's
press releases
so
along
weird.
with it. It's really so weird. So basically, the creator of Metal Gear had this whole drama with his other company, Konami. They let him go finally after all these legal battles and whatnot. And Sony, like, they hired him on, and they were like, "Yeah, you basically have unlimited budget to do whatever you want." So he got on this project, and it has like some major actors and voice actors in it.
Norman Reedus from The Walking Dead is the main character, I think.
Yes. I think the character's name is Sam, which are also creative. But you've got Mads Mikkelsen. I forget who else you have, but he's like a high-profile French actor.
Yeah.
So it looks really good, but it's so bizarre. It has like all these weird concepts. It like focuses on
tank babies.
Tank babies. It's like there's like these. It's about connections and like these strands that connect together. So it's about two different worlds. It's about like a post-apocalyptic United States and like trying to bring it back together and like what that means. Like Sam doesn't want to do that, but he's kind of being forced into doing it. But there's a lot of stuff is kind of confusing. It's just very stylistic, very conceptually just weird. But it's like everything I'm into. It's like super sci-fi. It's stylish. Part of the reason people are so excited is because Metal Gear is known for having amazing story. So they're like expecting this game to have that. So that's kind of some of what's unsaid in the trailer. They're like, it's gonna have a great story and it's gonna be really philosophical, but we'll see.
It's kind of like they're kind of showing you more like the meat of the game before they share like the seasoning and like what's gonna make it good. I guess.
I think they're showing a lot of like flashiness and like stuff to draw you in before they like actually have you experience like the whole story and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, but we'll see. Then The Last of Us Part 2 is rumored to be coming out late this year. There were some sources that said it might be coming late this year, but now people are saying it's going to come out February of 2020, which is actually pretty close, like compared to where I would have expected it to come out.
Do you think they're just taking extra time to polish it up?
I think so. It's really ambitious game.
What's the idea behind it? Like, what do you mean by ambitious? Is it like just a bigger game?
It's bigger, but I think the way it's mostly ambitious is in the way that it's fine tuning the gameplay, actor performances. It has a lot of expectations for story. It has they focus a lot on the script and the acting, and there's just they've said it's like the biggest most like ambitious game they've ever made as a studio.
Wow.
And they're pouring like everything into it, so there's a lot of huge expectations for this game.
Cool.
Yeah. And
that's exciting.
They like a couple months ago they mentioned that they had finished the like last scene, and like a bunch of the people who were on it were like, we were just like blown away by the actors and everything, and we were like crying, and it was like amazing, and we can't wait for everyone to play it.
Sheesh.
So it's like really close to being finished. And then Ghost of Tsushima, I don't have no idea. They haven't said anything for a while. That's like a samurai open world game.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. This one's like, it's a little bit more based in reality, I think. Not like Sekiro, which is like over the top, like cyborg ninja, like, yeah.
But this one's more like traditional samurai style,
but very dynamic, and it looks really cool.
Okay.
But that's like
I remember seeing a teaser for it in the last E3.
Yeah,
right?
there's like a 7-minute trailer for it.
Yeah. And it looks stunning.
The graphics look incredible. It's from the people who made Infamous. It's from Sucker Punch.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay. I never knew that.
I think they made Sly Cooper and they made Infamous. So it's kind of interesting because they're like their other ones are like more cartoony.
Yeah.
Infamous 2 looked really good.
Yes, it did.
But they
did a really good job with like the sunsets in that game. The sunsets
and like effects and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting to go to more like feudal Japan type setting.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's somewhere I always wanted to see Assassin's Creed. I always wanted to see one of those games take place in feudal Japan. I always thought that would be a really cool setting. But I guess we'll never get that because they don't want to do that.
I guess this game is kind of going to fulfill that a little bit.
It won't because it's not Assassin's.
That's true, but it might fulfill a little bit.
I'll get to be a samurai. That'll be cool.
Yeah, at least you got that.
Yeah,
but
I want to. Oh gosh, you know what would be cool? I want there to be a game that's kind of like built the same way that Assassin's Creed Black Flag was, where like you're on a ship and pillaging, but not make it Assassins, but make it more just like Vikings. That'd be cool, like an open world Viking game.
That sounds pretty cool. Yeah.
Yo, someone get on that and pay me a bunch of money.
And not like and not like God of War Viking.
No,
Viking.
Like Viking. Oh, that'd be cool.
I don't think they have a game like that.
Like like War Paint and oh, that'd be cool. I think they're really like they'd be very touching on it just because of all the pillaging and raping.
Yeah, that might be a little bit much, but especially if you're participating.
Oh god, it's a mini game. Oh, that's terrible. That's not funny.
That was a little bit more like old God of War, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it didn't go that far, but
no, it didn't. But it
kind of did.
It went pretty. It didn't, but it absolutely did.
It was. Yeah, I really like the new Imagining of God of War.
Okay.
It was,
we had us here not condone rape. Let's just. I want to make that very clear. I don't want any freaking.
Only if it's consensual.
I think by definition rape can't be consensual.
But yes, we do not.
Yeah. So I don't want to hear any controversy. I'm like, oh, they're making rape jokes. They're just like, okay, we're sorry, get over it. Okay. Now,
I think that's actually mostly it. So if we don't want to end on that, is there anything you would like to see?
Yes, yes, there is. So we don't end it on that. Let's see. Well, it's more for like me and my interests. Madden 20.
I had a feeling you might say Madden.
I say it pretty much anytime we talk about like favorite video games. Yeah, I'm a big sports fan, and I love the Madden franchise. I've been very loyal, like undeservingly. So,
because I know you keep saying like you're hoping that they do this and that, and they only kind of do some of it.
Yeah, well, because the thing is though, they made a big step this year with Madden 19, but it really dropped the ball on a lot of other things. This year, there's been a lot of hype because the big issue with that game specifically has been the gameplay, and it's been very buggy. And they release a game that's almost not complete, and they spend many updates fixing things. And by the time they're done, and by the time the next game comes around, then they're all done with the updates. But then the new game's out, and you don't want the old game anymore. So
and the new game is like buggy,
and then the new game is thus the cycle begins anew. So it really never feels like a complete game, or you have the complete game from when you buy it.
But it's the best of what there is for that.
Unfortunately, EA has no competition right now. So. But what the developers have been saying is that right now, this is the most bug-free version of Madden they've ever released, or that they will ever release. And I'm like, that's big. That's big talk.
That is, because bugs are hard to get rid of.
Yeah, and bugs are like the epitome of video games. Yeah, there's always bugs. But the problem with it is there's been a lot of controversy coming out of EA, specifically like the Madden production crew. The engine they're using, the Frostbite engine,
right?
It's very finicky, and if they want to fix a bug, they have to like disassemble a bunch of other programs just to fix that problem. And it takes
that sounds
and
horrible.
It takes them a month to fix one thing. So it's just not worth using. And there's been a lot of people saying, "Hey, let's use something else," but EA's been forcing them to use that.
They're like, engine. "No, it's our engine." We invested in it. It's ours.
It's a nice engine. Use a nice engine. You use it, you feed the engine, the engine gets fat.
But yeah, so they're saying this is the most bug-free Madden so far because they've been working on gameplay. They've been working on polishing it earlier, and they've changed kind of like the rating system, and so certain players stand out. So like the elite players feel like the elite players. So kind of there's like a bigger gap between the gameplay between all the different players.
They're not just like
game.
interchangeable.
Yeah, they changed the rating system, so it's like, for example, like an average team can have maybe on a roster of 50 people, you would have maybe 10 80 overall players, and then like 5 90 plus overall players, and the rest are like 70 60 or whatever,
like average.
and those are like your backups, or some of them could be solid starters maybe, but now they've changed it, so now a lot of starters will be in the 50s, and the difference between like 89 and 90 is much different now, according to them. So, and they've had streams on Twitch where they've revealed more information about different gameplay modes and like new things that are in the game that they wanted to get in the game last year, but they wanted to make sure they got them right, which is what they should have done with a few other things, but they just put them in anyway. There's been a handful of things that they introduced as like a really cool big thing for Madden one year, and then the next year they scrap it.
Yeah, that's
because they're just
annoying.
like, well, that didn't work, so
So let's introduce this other thing that might work.
Let's introduce this other thing that has a bunch of bugs, and we're not sure if it might. It's funny because like there's this thing called target passing, which like you can like hold down this one button and then use like the right stick to like aim at a certain spot, and it's funny because like there's an option to turn it off. Everyone turned it off. Everyone turned it off because everyone's like, this is stupid.
It shows that EA even thought it was stupid that.
They're like, if you don't want to use it, you don't have to. It's like, good, no one's using it. And it never really worked the way you wanted it to, because it's like you can want to put the ball in this specific spot, but
it just doesn't work.
The quarterback might not be able to put it in that spot, so it was pointless. So so I'm kind of excited to see the gameplay. I know I said this last time, and I'm like, I'm not gonna get it. I'm gonna wait, but I totally caved and I got it.
So you're definitely getting it this time, like no question.
No.
Oh,
what I was gonna say is this time I'm gonna really stick to my guns.
Oh.
Also, I'm broke, so I'm gonna wait. Like I'm gonna try to wait a really long time and wait to see like what people think and like honestly, because like 19 now, it's like.
It's solid.
No, it's known as one of the worst Maddens of all time. People are like, this Madden is the worst one. Like, it's sucked really bad. I actually, because like, I checked to see like on GameStop how much it is trade value, and like a year-old Madden, you can typically get like a good chunk of change for it. It's like 56 cents. Cash.
Ooh,
Cash.
56 cents.
Cash.
So maybe $1 credit.
No. No, it was 50. It was like 68 store credit.
Ooh.
And that's with my rewards card.
Wow.
Is bad, yo.
That's not good.
Yeah. And I'm just like, and I look at other or like earlier games, and they're like $1.50, $12.
That's a lot more.
And I'm just like, damn. So but I'm looking forward to see like what it looks like, if they've made any improvements, and if it will be worth getting at this point. I'm also going to be kind of paying attention to E3, seeing if there's any games that I can get maybe that like me and my wife can play together, because we've been getting into like, oh, I'm sorry, I just curb stomped your foot. Miss David. Till that echoed. But looking for games that like my wife and I can play together, because we've been playing games together, but like I have a very limited assortment of like 2-player games that she wants to play. So I'll be kind of looking out for maybe some indie games that we can maybe we can get on PS4 and we can play them together. But other than that, that's kind of what I'm looking for most on the most part. Is just the Madden and see if it's actually good this year.
Funny you should mention EA. There's actually one thing that I'm actually excited about. They're making Jedi: The Fallen Order.
Oh wow! Really?
So they're making a single-player Star Wars game.
Woo.
It's actually single player, no online, no microtransactions. They've come out and said specifically no microtransactions. Full single player. No. They said never.
Wow.
There will never be any microtransactions for this game. Wow. It will be only single player. It will not be online. So this is their like test and also like the final straw for me if I'm gonna ever buy any more EA games after this.
Wow.
Because they are like putting everything on the team, and they're like, if this sells, then we'll know that single player games like that we make will sell.
I mean,
if not, we're not gonna make any more.
I hate that about
EA.
EA.
It's stupid,
They're
but
like,
we're gonna get a really good Star Wars game, I think, because they're pouring a lot of resources into this, and it's only single player.
That bugs me so much. They're like,
they should know already,
right?
Like God of War, it sold 10 million copies in a year. 10 million.
That's why I think. Okay, that's why I really think someone should consider bringing back Mass Effect. Someone, because
I mean, there's word that's BioWare is kind of done. They have just. There was this whole article after Anthem crashed and burned horribly.
Oh gosh, that was bad.
Yeah, that was a trash fire. Garbage trash.
We played the alpha.
We did, and it was like
it kept crashing.
It was like okay because it was an alpha and like, but the game when it launched was bad.
Yes,
it got a lot.
Well, the thing is, though, I think the fact that it kept crashing was kind of like a foreshadowing of what was to come.
Yeah, and they're like still trying to support it somehow, but it's not doing well. And there was this long article I read in Kotaku of all places. It was probably one of the better like journalistic pieces I read, where they interviewed a bunch of employees from BioWare after they had left the company. Wow. And there was a really bad, like really toxic like culture at BioWare.
Wow.
And they had this mindset that BioWare could do no wrong. So, and there was a lot of bad management and there was a lot of overworking and it was just really bad. And now there's like zero morale at BioWare and we don't know if they're going to keep going.
Oof.
And,
someone needs to buy the rights of Mass Effect from BioWare.
Yeah.
Because
BioWare might need to sell their assets and be done.
Oh gosh.
Because Mass Effect, the original trilogy was so good.
It was really good. And Andromeda wasn't that bad.
It was. I didn't finish it.
I'm gonna die on that. No, I'm gonna die on this mound. Okay, everyone's going like, Mass Effect Andromeda was the worst one. No, it wasn't. Well, okay, yes, it was the worst one,
but it was still good.
But it's good. It's decent. It doesn't meet. Did it meet everyone's expectations? No, but was it a fun game? Yes, I enjoyed it very much.
From what I played, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. Yeah, there were bugs, but games always have bugs. Even if you try to make the most bug-free game possible, there will always be bugs. There, after the updates come out, and kind of fix some of the uncanny valley talking, but it's like it's a game. Just like enjoy it.
People's expectations sometimes are unrealistic, and especially for video games, that can make a game crash even if it's good.
Yeah, and the thing is though, the game leaves off on kind of like a big open like time to explore the rest of the universe, and then and
they're not gonna have another one, at least not in that same universe or galaxy or whatever. Because it had such backlash. Yeah, it's stupid.
Need another Mass Effect in my life because I can't.
It's such a rich universe.
It is, and it's such a good there are always such good titles. Mass Effect Andromeda. Okay, yeah, that was they dropped the ball. But I don't think it was bad enough to warrant just a complete collapse. And
another big thing that kind of the corporate structure messes up is that they have way too high expectations. Because they have certain games, it's like it sells 7 million, and the corporation's like, that's not good enough. We wanted it to sell 25 million. It's like, dude, do you even know how that works? 7 million is phenomenal for a game, like really good.
Yeah.
So. I would love to see Mass Effect return in all its glory, but I don't know.
We'll go do it. We'll go make an indie Mass Effect.
Yeah. Oh man.
We won't
make it.
Well, we won't call it Mass Effect. We'll call it
Ass Effect.
No. That's what some people called it because of the character models.
They got some nice booties.
Yeah.
That shepherd booty, but
that male shepherd booty. Yeah, he had.
That's the shepherd's pie right there.
Whew, that dude was. He was dummy thick.
On that note,
that's what we're leaving.
That's what we're leaving out.
Commander Shepard, dummy thick.
Commander Shepard signing off or taking off. I don't know.
Taking off. I don't know. Thank you so much for listening to us ramble for whatever time this was. You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on Facebook.
We're on Podbean, iTunes, Spotify.
Yes.
We're everywhere.
Email us at nerdingoutpodcast@gmail.com with the subject line Flavor Blasted. We will take any suggestions. We will record an episode with an idea that you have on a topic we should talk about. And can you think of anything else?
My name is Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
You big, stupid jellyfish.
Yo, how's it going? Yeah. That's definitely picking up. Yeah. I think about maybe like
Hello. Obviously. Hello. So I did so the one-off thing that we did yesterday for the D&D, Doug created like a little like campaign like on the fly. It was just like it was like a short little contract that he made. I used the Dragonborn character that I made that I was like
right. Was that your second character?
Yeah, the second one, the barbarian. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun to use.
How'd it go? Did he survive?
Dude, well the thing is that Doug also leveled us up like a little bit too, so we were like level 6. So I had like 68 hit points. As compared to like 14 or 10 or 12. So I was absorbing so many hits, but I would also like, as a barbarian, I can go into a rage and get 3 hits in one turn.
Nice.
And I had my greatsword, so I was just
plowing down.
Yeah. But it was but the campaign, it was funny because we went to this abandoned elven outpost. Mm-hmm. And we found a bunch of undead there. Like, we found a bunch of, like, skeletons and zombies. And we're like, oh, okay, cool. That's, this is happening. And then this kind of, like, sorcerer showed up. And he's, like, obviously the mastermind behind everything. And he's like, oh, here's all the, And it's like, you guys are my test subjects now. And my character's just like, I don't like being a test subject. Throws an axe at him. I miss. But then all of a sudden, Doug's just like, okay, roll for initiative. Like, we're fighting now, I guess. And we kicked the crap out of this guy.
Was he like an old little shrivelly dude or something?
I don't know, but Doug was the DM and also played like a character like within it too. And his character moved up really quick and hit him. He got a critical hit and hit him for like 20 points.
Nice.
So he was already in a bad place. So then I run up and I hit him with my sword. And then Lada, she's throwing like magic blasts.
So everyone got a hit on him.
So he's just like, you're on my test of whoop, ow, stop. And then he runs out. Lada chases him out, throws 2 more magic blasts at him and kills him.
Nice.
And then we're sitting there going like, oh, he probably would have known like what was going on. We probably should have asked him first.
Your instinct was just destroy him.
Well, my character's instinct was to go like, I don't like you. And that was my accent, by the way. I had a Dragonborn barbarian that was Russian, apparently. Nice. That was very fun.
I like it.
Yes, I like it a lot. So